Well, it's Tuesday the 22nd. It's like 12:04 in the afternoon. We just got underway. I am barely leaving the Ellis Island anchorage, crossing the Hudson amidst a lot of traffic. Headed the real test of this electrical system. See if I have power enough to make it through. I'm pretty sure I do, or I wouldn't be even attempting it. But we're going to see how we do here. The current reversal up here in just a little bit is going to, about the time we get there into the river proper, the current reversal starts. So right now we might be pushing 1/10 of a knot on the bow, and I'm not going to push her real hard. We'll get across, and as the current builds up, I'll back off on the power, going through Hell's Gate, or Hell Gate. At my estimated time, I'm going to have about a 3-knot current pushing me from behind. So, you know, as long as I'm maintaining steerage way, at that point we can really conserve our power. And we are headed for Port Washington. Right now the wind is a little light, supposed to pick up here in a little bit. If it does, even though I'm in the caverns of the city, if I can get enough wind to get a sail to set, then I'll set the jib. And we will see how this works. So we'll see you on the other side. Well, about halfway across the Hudson, what do you know, we got wind. So I set the jib, and it's given us, at least 1.5 knots, 2 knots. Extra push here. So according to the Windy app, the forecast, I should be able to carry sail for most of this trip, if not all of it. So I decided not to mess with the mainsail, just in case. You know, it's easier to douse the jib than the mainsail until I get the lazy jacks back on and whatnot. But here we are sailing. We're gonna sail the East River, and or at least motor sail it, and see how that works out. If we really start getting some good pull, we'll shut the motor right off and save that battery power. But this is going to be fun. One thing I can say is running the motor, propelled by an electric motor for the first time going through this river, you can hear everything that happens. Every other time I've gone through this, I've had the roar of a diesel in my ear. You can really hear the heartbeat of this city when you're steaming under electrical propulsion. I'm not doing any modifications to this video. This is what it sounds like when the train comes over this way. we are at the infamous Hell Gate. That's the Harlem River. We hit it just about right. Well, it's 10 minutes past 3, and there's the Throgs Neck Bridge. I've always considered the Throgs Neck to be the end of the East River. Other people may think something else, but that's what I've always considered. Sail a little bit. I just checked our power. We're at 93% battery capacity still. So that means we just did the East River on 7% power. Gotta kind of like that. I'd like to say I sailed all the way through, but that's not true. There was times when I furled it right down because I think it was doing more harm than good in some of the swirls around the building, but 3/4 of the time, 5/8 of the time, we had a sail out. Sometimes it was giving us 2 knots. Sometimes it was doing good to stay full. Right now we're just getting a big puff here right now, so we're getting further away from the side. But that's pretty good. When I got through Hell's Gate, I was getting concerned whether how far the batteries were down, and when I went down and I looked, I was overjoyed that it was only at like 95% or something like that. So this is doing well. I don't mind this at all. So we're going to continue on. Like I said, it's a little after 3. We're going to continue on. We're going to go to Port Washington, and we'll anchor up there for the night and probably for a couple of days. Tomorrow, I think the highest wind we're going to see might be 5 miles an hour. And the same thing until Thursday afternoon. Thursday afternoon, the winds are supposed to come southwest and start to pick up. So I'll get up Friday morning and get underway. And it may be a spinnaker run, but we'll get underway and go see what we can do. So in Port Washington, it's going to be re-rig the Lazy Jacks and pull the computer out. I've taken a few photographs. It's time to do some processing. So, but here we are, almost under the Throgs Neck Bridge on electrical power and wind power. Well, here we are anchored. It is now, well, let's just call it 5 o'clock because it's so close to it, it may as well be. We anchored here in Manhasset Bay, Port Washington, New York, at 16:47. So I was stepping on the bring the anchor up button at 12 noon exactly. So from way to set, 4 hours and 47 minutes. Ellis Island to Port Washington through the East River in New York City with electric propulsion, a good current, and the occasional push from the wind. So that's pretty good. I just checked my batteries, and we still have 90% capacity in the bank. So all in all, I figure that is pretty good. 10% of my battery power to get through the East River. Now, Long Island Sound is right there. That's pretty good. I can't complain with that at all. So now, granted, I burned a lot of gasoline in the generator to bring the batteries up to 100%. So when I left this morning, or this noon, the batteries were at 100%, completely topped off. Once the solar panels are on, that 400 watts of solar panel goes on, hopefully, well, the plan is I won't ever have to do that again. Plus the fact that on a sunny day like it was today for the most of the day, you know, they're 400 watts of solar, so with inefficiencies and whatnot, let's say 300 watts of solar or 350 watts of solar. So I'll be getting at least 6 amps. And most of the day today I was running the boat at 8 amps. Running the motor at 8 amps. So once the solar is installed, I could make the East River hardly taking anything out of the battery bank at all on a nice sunny day. If there's wind, well, then the wind generator helps. And if there's wind, if there's a fair wind, then we sail as well. So that makes it really, really nice and quiet. Oh, so quiet. And unless you're going under a bridge. Oh my word. Especially if there is a train going across it. My word. But a very nice day today. I'm starting to get a little sun here, it looks like. My face is turning red. Very nice day today. It's clouding up right now. I'm going to check the weather here in a minute. Last time I checked the weather, it's supposed to be flat tomorrow. Any wind there is going to be out of the east, so foul. And it's not going to be much. So my plan is to stay here through the day tomorrow and get up the mast and do some work. And probably day after tomorrow as well. Today's Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday. So Friday, I should be able to get underway with a wind out of the west. And I don't, last time I looked at, I don't think it's going to be that strong of a wind, but at least if it's behind me, I can set the spinnaker and go. If it's in front of me, it doesn't work so well. So that'll be the plan. And we'll see how things go. But for now, here we are in Port Washington. See you next time.